What's up, my friends? Welcome back to another video, and today let's do a quick run through of Spitfire Audio's new percussion library called NOK Cultural Ensemble, which is specifically meant to cater towards African and Caribbean type of percussion styles. And it's really interesting because I think for the latest percussion libraries that Spitfire Audio has done, they've included not only the one-shots, but the loops as well. So you get a little bit of everything, and it's typically priced very affordably at $29. So, I've said before that Spitfire Audio tends to try to cater to as many audiences as possible, all the way from free libraries like Discover, all the way to their upper echelon of libraries as well. But this is one of those that, it's a small, tight package, but what you do get is relatively honed in and quite niche for that specific application. So yeah, before we kind of go in and hear the sounds and talk about the patches a little bit, in case you're interested in my regular recommendations of what I use on a regular basis for my music, I do want to give you my sample library buyer's guide in case you don't have it yet. It's categorized into all the different sections like strings, winds, frets, and percussion. I've also thrown in some jazz libraries in there, some piano libraries, some of my favorite stuff, all categorized in a very easy to read manner, and I want to give it to you totally free in case you're interested in buying a new library. So you can click the first link in the description box below. It'll take you straight there, and you can grab it as my gift to you for watching this video today. So without further ado, let's kind of dive in. So yeah, their description of this library is explosive Afro percussion meets dub and free jazz, right? Lots of different terms there, but generally it's quite a small library. So 2.7 gigabytes of disk space, and obviously it's hosted in the free Spitfire player as well, which you can play around with in case you want to download the Labs instruments, which are free. But yeah, they give you a little bit of an insight into how this library came about and then some of the different instruments here as well. So let's kind of run through. Again, this library is relatively small, but when you open up the library, you get these different patches. So you have the full kits, you get 4 acoustic kits and then an electronic kit. You also get the loops, you get 8 drum loops in total, which are apparently tempo synced, but unfortunately I couldn't find a way to tempo sync it actually. Like I would move my tempo in Logic up and down, but for some reason the loop was staying at the regular recorded tempo. If you know how to do that, please let me know. But yeah, as far as I know, I wasn't able to activate the tempo sync yet. Then we have 6 percussion patches, we have drum atmospheres, tune kicks, and some more sound design stuff, and that's basically it. So let's kind of dive into acoustic kit number 1, and we'll kind of run through and then we'll share our thoughts at the very end. So here we go. So quite a nice variety there in terms of the drum sounds that you actually get. Now you also get, of course, the big knob in the middle, and that can typically be mapped to reverb, release tails, tape saturation, and attack. So let's say you want more reverb, you can just turn up the reverb dial. You can also map that to any fader or wheel if you're liking, right? Now the mod wheel, I believe, is just mapped to an effects chain that just basically warps the sound as you push it up. Right, so super warped there, but bring it back down. Sounds a lot more natural like that. So just so you know, that's what the mod wheel is mapped to. Typically mapped to dynamics, but in this case, more of the processing instead. Let's hear a couple of these loops. Okay, so the way these are laid out is you have the red key switch on the bottom, which plays the entire loop and all its components. And then the yellow key switches above it split out those different components, like just the kick, just the snare, you know, whatever it is. So let's have a listen. So get all those different elements, right? And let's see, the C sharp just plays the kick there. The D plays that little drum there. E flat, get more of the clap or the snap. Get a nice like 808 or sub bass thing there. It's toms, right? So if you play multiple of them together, then you can, you know, build in elements of the loop. But yeah, if you want the entire loop, you can just play the C instead. So kind of cool. Let's hear one more here. Let's say drum loop number 5. I like this one a lot. It definitely has that reggae type of sound, right? Let's just play a couple of them. Yeah, so I just find that super interesting that you can build your own components of the loops. And yeah, theoretically, you should be able to construct these loops on your own using these kits as well, I believe. So that's kind of cool. And of course, using these percussion patches, which are just typical percussion instruments, but in the more African and Cuban styles. So. Yeah, so different kits there. And then let's move on to the sound design really quickly. So we have the drum atmospheres. I think that's so cool. It's like drum ASMR, honestly. Okay, and then we have the tonal warps. So they took specific elements of the drums and then they warped them or pitch shifted them to different pitches. So in this case, they took a kick drum and I would assume these are super good for like maybe those trance or hip hop type of tracks where you need that tune type of kick. It can serve that purpose really well. Kick number 2. Yeah, so overall the library is super interesting. Like you get those kits, but then you also get the time stress samples. You get the pitch shifted things. So quite a lot of flexibility here for the $30. And I like the fact that they have the one shots, they have the loops, and they have these different percussion kits that you can mix and match in case you want that Caribbean flavor. And then again, the sound design gives you that flexibility there as well. And yeah, I'm starting to grow to like the Spitfire player more and more. The fact that you can actually come in and filter the different patches according to what you're looking for. So let's say we only want the loops, then they're going to show us the 8 drum loops. If we only want the one shots, then they're going to give us the kits and the percussion hits, right? And then the full kits, we got the drum loops and the acoustic kits, electronic kits. So super interesting way to categorize, but just keeps things pretty simple. But yeah, this is one of those niche libraries that I think if you're looking for that specific flavor, you want that percussion sound from the Caribbeans and from the African regions, then this might definitely fit the bill there. And it's a relatively low investment, again, for $30. Definitely something to look into. Big thanks to Spitfire Audio for sending me a copy to take a look at for you guys, by the way. Always appreciate that. And yeah, I'm usually interested in these type of, more niche libraries because a lot of the time we're already covered with our workhorse orchestral libraries. So sometimes it is nice to kind of branch out and see what other types of sounds will inspire us and motivate us to try to create new types of music that maybe we haven't tried before. So I'm definitely interested in trying this one out in some tracks in the future. Most likely songwriting, I'm thinking. Like if I do some type of African or reggae style track, I'll definitely might consider using this one. So yeah, thanks again for watching. Really appreciate it. And again, if you want to see my recommendations for other sample libraries, the ones that I use on a regular basis, then definitely feel free to check out the sample library buyer's guide in the description box below. Again, it's 100% free and it's categorized as all of my favorites. I've also included the prices and listed how I would use them and so on and so forth. So yeah, you can download it, keep it on your computer, wherever you want, and you can refer to it whenever you're on the market for a new library, and maybe you're interested in my thoughts on it. It might be in there, so I want to give that to you totally free. Thank you again for watching. I appreciate it. I'll catch you in the next video, and take care. Bye-bye.